It was a warm, sunny afternoon when Lily decided to take a walk through her neighborhood. She had always loved exploring new places, but today something felt different. As she walked down a quiet street, she noticed a small, glowing sign at the end of the block. It read, "The Market of Wonders." Curious, Lily walked closer and saw that the market was unlike any other she had ever seen. The shop sparkled and floated in the air, their colorful lights flashing in all directions. It felt as though the whole place was alive, and she could hear soft music drifting from every corner. "I've never seen anything like this before," Lily said to herself, her heart racing with excitement. She stepped inside, and as soon as she did, a friendly voice echoed through the air. "Welcome to the Market of Wonders," the voice said. "Here, you will discover the magic of learning English. Each store will teach you something new. Are you ready to begin?" Lily was surprised, but the idea of learning English in such a magical place made her feel curious. She had always found English a bit challenging, especially when it came to speaking and understanding. But today, she felt a spark of hope. Maybe this market could help her. "I'm ready," she whispered to herself, taking a deep breath. The first shop she saw was glowing with bright numbers floating in the air. She could see 1, 2, 3, and all the way up to 10. The numbers danced and sparkled, moving around like they were having fun. "Step into the number shop," the voice said. "Here, you'll learn how to count in English. Let's start with the basics." Lily felt her excitement grow. She had always wanted to improve her English, and now, in this magical place, she would finally get the chance. She stepped into the number shop, ready to begin her first lesson. As Lily stepped into the number shop, she was amazed by the sight before her. Everywhere she looked, there were floating numbers 1, 2, 3, and more whirling and dancing in the air. Some were big, some small, but all of them sparkled with magic. The shop was filled with the soft sound of numbers, whispering to each other, creating a peaceful atmosphere. "Welcome to the number shop," said the same friendly voice from before. "Here, you'll learn to count in English. Let's begin with the basics." Lily smiled, feeling ready to start her lesson. The voice continued, "First, repeat after me. This is 1. Lily looked at the glowing number 1, and with a deep breath, she said, 1. Great job." The voice cheered. "Now, let's move to 2. Lily turned her attention to the next number, which floated in front of her. It was slightly larger than the first, glowing a soft shade of blue. 2, she repeated, feeling more confident with each word. "Perfect," the voice responded. "Now, let's try 3. The number 3 floated past her, twinkling like a star. Lily smiled as she said, 3, keep going. 4, the voice encouraged. 4, Lily repeated, her voice growing stronger. For the next few minutes, Lily practiced counting from 1 to 10. Each number danced in front of her, and the voice guided her through each one. As Lily repeated after the voice, she could feel the numbers becoming easier to say. After a few rounds of practice, the voice said, "Now, let's use what you've learned in a sentence. Try saying, 'I have 1 apple.'" Lily looked around the shop and spotted a shiny red apple floating near her. She pointed to it and said, "I have 1 apple." "Great," the voice praised. "Now, let's make it a little more fun. How about, 'I have 2 apples.'" Lily saw another apple float by and smiled. "I have 2 apples. Perfect." The voice said, "You're doing an amazing job. Now, let's try something a little harder. How about, 'I have 3 red apples.'" Lily looked at the 3 apples floating near her, each a bright shade of red. "I have 3 red apples," she said proudly. "You're doing fantastic," the voice cheered. "You've learned how to count, and now you can use those numbers in real sentences." Lily beamed with joy. She never imagined she could learn English in such a fun and magical way. The numbers felt so much easier now. She felt more confident, knowing she could use them to talk about things in her world. As she continued to practice counting, she began to feel more comfortable in the magical market. Every step she took made her feel like she was getting closer to mastering English. Remember, the voice said gently, "Practice makes perfect. Keep counting, and you'll become even better at English." Lily nodded, excited to continue her journey in the Market of Wonders. She was eager to see what the next shop had in store for her. Lily was feeling more confident after her lesson in the number shop, but the Market of Wonders had so much more to offer. As she stepped out of the first shop, she looked around eagerly, excited to see what she would discover next. Her eyes caught a soft glow coming from a shop on the left. It had colorful lights shimmering around its entrance, drawing her closer. "Welcome to the color shop," the familiar voice announced. "Here, you will learn the names of colors in English. Let's dive in and start with the basics." Lily stepped inside the color shop, where she was greeted by a rainbow of colors dancing around her. Red, blue, green, yellow, and purple floated in the air like magical orbs, swirling and changing shades. It was as if the entire shop was alive with color. The voice continued, "Let's start with the color red. Look around and find something red." Lily turned her head, and to her delight, she saw a bright red ball bouncing near her feet. "I see red," she said, smiling. "Perfect." The voice replied, "Now let's move on to the color blue. Can you find something blue?" Lily looked around again and saw a blue vase on a shelf nearby. "I see blue," she said proudly. "Great job." The voice cheered, "Next is green. Can you find something green?" Lily's eyes scanned the shop, and soon she spotted a green plant in the corner. "I see green," she exclaimed. The voice continued guiding her through each color. Lily found yellow, purple, and orange, repeating the names as she saw them. Each time, the colors seemed to grow brighter, and Lily felt like she was surrounded by a living rainbow. After a few minutes, the voice spoke again. "Now, let's practice using these colors in sentences. Try saying, 'The ball is red.'" Lily looked at the red ball from earlier and said, "The ball is red." "Wonderful," the voice praised. "Now, try saying, 'The vase is blue.'" Lily pointed to the blue vase and said, "The vase is blue." "Excellent." The voice said, "Now, let's combine the colors. Can you say, 'The plant is green and yellow'?" Lily looked at the plant, which had both green leaves and a yellow flower, and said, "The plant is green and yellow. You're doing an amazing job." The voice cheered. "Now, let's try something a little more challenging. Can you say, 'The sky is blue and the sun is yellow'?" Lily looked up at the sky through a window in the shop. It was bright and clear, and the sun was shining brightly outside. "The sky is blue and the sun is yellow," she said confidently. "You're learning so quickly," the voice exclaimed. "Now you know how to use colors in sentences. Remember, colors are everywhere. Practice saying the names of colors whenever you see something new." Lily smiled, feeling proud of how much she had learned. The color shop had been magical, and now she could describe things with colors in English. She couldn't wait to explore more shops and keep learning. Before she left the color shop, the voice added, "The world is full of colors. Lily, keep practicing, and soon you'll be able to describe everything you see." Lily nodded, ready to continue her adventure. She was eager to see what was next in the Market of Wonders. After her colorful adventure in the color shop, Lily felt excited to see what the next shop would teach her. As she walked through the Market of Wonders, she noticed a shop that seemed a little quieter, with soft music playing in the background. A sign outside read, "Feeling Shop." Lily's curiosity grew, and she stepped inside. The shop was cozy and warm, with colorful pillows and soft cushions scattered around. Floating in the air were words like happy, sad, angry, and excited, each glowing gently. It was a peaceful place, and Lily felt calm as she entered. "Welcome to the Feeling Shop," the familiar voice greeted her. "Here, you'll learn how to express your feelings in English. Let's start with the basics." Lily smiled, ready to dive in. The voice continued, "Let's begin with the feeling happy. Can you say, 'I am happy'?" Lily looked around and saw a soft pillow in the shape of a smiley face. She smiled back at it and said, "I am happy." "Perfect." The voice cheered. "Now, let's move to the opposite feeling. Can you say, 'I am sad'?" Lily looked at a small cloud-shaped cushion floating nearby. It was a soft gray color, and it reminded her of a rainy day. "I am sad," she said softly. "You're doing great," the voice said warmly. Now, let's try another feeling, angry. Can you say, I am angry? Lily noticed a red pillow shaped like a fist. She thought for a moment, then said, I am angry. Great job. The voice praised. Now, let's try a more positive feeling, excited. Can you say, I am excited? Lily felt a little rush of energy as she thought about the adventures she had experienced in the Market of Wonders. She said with enthusiasm, I am excited. You're really getting the hang of this, the voice said happily. Now, let's use these feelings in sentences. Try saying, I am happy because it's sunny. Lily smiled as she looked outside the shop's window where the sun was shining brightly. I am happy because it's sunny, she said, feeling the warmth of the sun on her face. Wonderful, the voice responded. Now try saying, I am sad because it's raining. Lily glanced outside and saw a few raindrops starting to fall. She said, I am sad because it's raining. Excellent, the voice praised. You're making great progress. Now let's put everything together. Can you say, I am happy, I am excited, and I am ready to learn more? Lily smiled brightly. I am happy, I am excited, and I am ready to learn more. You've done an amazing job today, the voice said encouragingly. Remember, expressing your feelings is an important part of communication. Practice using these words when you talk about how you feel. Lily nodded, feeling proud of what she had learned. It felt good to know how to express her feelings in English. She thought about how she could use these words with her friends and family. Before leaving the feeling shop, the voice added, keep practicing these feelings, and you'll be able to express yourself with ease in English. The more you use these words, the more comfortable you'll feel. Lily took a deep breath, feeling excited about the next part of her journey. She couldn't wait to see what else the Market of Wonders had in store for her. Lily was now feeling more confident than ever. She had learned so much at the number shop, color shop, and feeling shop. As she wandered deeper into the Market of Wonders, her excitement grew. The market was like nothing she had ever seen before. There were more shops, each with its own magical promise. She knew that today was going to be full of surprises. She walked past a stall that smelled sweet and fresh, and there was a sign that read the Adventure Shop. It was colorful, with bright banners hanging over the entrance. Lily felt an adventure spark in her heart as she stepped inside. The shop was filled with playful items, adventure hats, binoculars, and maps, all floating around in the air. Welcome to the Adventure Shop, the familiar voice greeted her once again. Today, you'll learn how to talk about activities and adventures in English. Let's start. Lily looked around the shop with curiosity. She was ready to begin a new learning adventure. The voice continued, let's start with the activity walk. Can you say, I walk in the park? Lily nodded and said, I walk in the park, imagining herself walking outside on a bright day. Wonderful, the voice encouraged. Now, let's try another activity, run. Can you say, I run in the race? Lily grinned. She loved running and thought about her last race. I run in the race, she said with excitement. Great job. Now, let's add a new activity, swim. Can you say, I swim in the pool? Lily imagined diving into the cool water of a pool and said, I swim in the pool. Fantastic. The voice cheered, you're learning quickly. Now, let's try using these activities in sentences. Can you say, I walk in the park, I run in the race, and I swim in the pool? Lily paused for a moment, thinking about how all these activities could be a fun day of adventures. I walk in the park, I run in the race, and I swim in the pool, she said proudly. Great sentence, the voice praised. Now, let's try something more adventurous. Can you say, I go on an adventure in the forest? Lily closed her eyes for a moment, imagining a walk through a mysterious forest. I go on an adventure in the forest, she said with a smile. Wonderful, the voice said warmly. You're really getting the hang of talking about your adventures in English. Now, let's try another one. Can you say, I climb the mountain? Lily thought about climbing a big mountain and felt a rush of excitement. I climbed the mountain, she said. Excellent, the voice said. Now, let's practice combining everything you've learned. Can you say, I walk in the park, I run in the race, I swim in the pool, and I go on an adventure in the forest? Lily repeated the sentence with confidence. I walk in the park, I run in the race, I swim in the pool, and I go on an adventure in the forest. You've done an amazing job today, Lily. The voice cheered. Now you can talk about all kinds of fun activities and adventures in English. Remember, you can use these sentences to describe your own adventures in real life. Lily felt a sense of accomplishment. She had learned how to talk about her favorite activities and adventures in English, and she knew she would use these words every day. Before leaving the adventure shop, the voice added, keep practicing, and soon you'll be able to share all your adventures with your friends in English. Feeling excited about her next adventure, Lily left the shop and stepped back into the bustling Market of Wonders. The day was still young, and she couldn't wait to see what she would discover next. As Lily walked through the Market of Wonders, she felt a sense of happiness and excitement. She had learned so many new things: numbers, colors, feelings, and even how to talk about her adventures. But deep down, she knew there was one final shop to visit, the most important one of all. The sign in front of the shop read, The Magical Conclusion. It glowed brightly, and Lily couldn't help but feel drawn toward it. With a deep breath, she entered the shop, which felt peaceful and calm. The walls shimmered with golden light, and the air was filled with a gentle hum, as though the shop itself was alive with magic. In the center of the room was a large mirror, and standing in front of it was the voice Lily had heard all along. You've learned so much today, Lily, the voice said kindly. Now it's time to see everything you've learned come together. This is the final step of your journey in the Market of Wonders. Lily smiled, feeling proud of herself. I've learned so many things, she said, her voice filled with excitement. You have, the voice agreed. But the most important lesson is that language is a tool for connection. With the words you've learned, you can communicate with others and share your adventures, your feelings, and your dreams. Now, let's review everything you've learned in the Market of Wonders. The voice continued. You've learned to count with numbers, say your colors, express your feelings, and talk about activities and adventures. All of this is important because language helps us understand the world around us. Lily nodded, feeling grateful for all the knowledge she had gained. I can't wait to use these words in real life, she said, her eyes shining with enthusiasm. Exactly, the voice said warmly. Language is a bridge between people, and now you're ready to build those bridges. Remember, you can keep learning and practicing. Every new word you learn brings you closer to your goals. Lily looked at her reflection in the shimmering mirror. She could see herself, but she also saw a vision of everything she had learned in a beautiful world filled with words, colors, and feelings, all waiting for her to explore. You've done an amazing job, Lily, the voice said softly. You are now ready to use these words in your own life. Don't forget to keep practicing, and always remember that learning is a magical adventure. Lily felt a warm sense of joy and satisfaction as she turned toward the door of the shop. She knew that her journey through the Market of Wonders was just the beginning. There was so much more to learn, so many more adventures to have. With a smile, she stepped out of the shop, and the door gently closed behind her. The Market of Wonders was still there, waiting for her next visit. As Lily walked away, she thought about all the new words she had learned and how she would use them every day. Thank you, Market of Wonders, Lily whispered to herself. I'm ready for whatever comes next. And with that, Lily continued on her way, her heart full of excitement for the endless possibilities that lay ahead.